Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. I am enjoying my last day before reality comes back into play. Monday, we go back to school, so trying to get it all in before we do that. I'm just trying to find myself real quick, but I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right. There we are. Now I've got the comments. I hope they will come up. All right. There we go. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. We have one more card using our Greenery Lane bundle. That is also our club for the month of January. So if you want information on this, make sure you go check out the video for it, as well as it's here on Facebook and on YouTube. So you can go check out all the details for that. Here are the two cards we made on our Monday YouTube Live. And I have completely fallen in love with this bundle. I think I could probably come up with 10 more cards. So here is the card we're going to create today. I am going to do a little bit of showing you how to do some die cutting and things like that with the washi tape that goes along with it. And let me see if I can put my hands on the washi tape. Here we go. So we're going to be playing with this, which I'm super excited about. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we'll cut out those pieces right there. All right, so let's get started. I think I've got everything pulled out other than the dies, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those out the case so that they are readily available. All right. So let's stick that up there so I can look at it. I've got our pieces cut here, except for my extra little pieces. So I've got my white over there. Okay, so let's start with our sentiment first. We're going to stamp that in Secret C. And of course, you know what I forgot? To put that one on a block. I have the rest of them on there. Isn't that the way it works, right? Happy Friday! All right, let's see. Yep, this one right here. All right, let me pull that off. And then let me grab a block. And then ta-da, we are now ready. Okay, so now we're going to do Wishing You Well. Ink it up really good. And then we're going to stamp it here in the center. Okay. Then we are going to, actually, we'll go ahead and leave that out. We're going to put our pieces down kind of where we want to do our stamping. And I'm going to grab this image here. We're going to ink it up, and then we're going to kind of stamp it there. And then we're going to stamp it down here in the corner too. Okay, then I'm going to take a piece of basic white, and I'm going to ink it up there. Then I'm going to take the inside pieces for it, which is this here. We're going to ink it up. I'm going to stamp it off. Then I'm going to come in here and fill it in. Okay? So we need that. Then the next one, let's do Garden Green. And we're just going to stamp Garden Green one time. We're going to ink it up here. And then we're going to put it right about here. Okay. Then then we're going to take this image here. We're going to take our soft sea foam, and we're going to stamp it right about here. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is take strawberry slush, and we're going to ink up on here, and that is going to be 1 and 2, and then we're going to take the inside part, we're going to stamp it off, and then we're going to fill it in, and stamp it off, and then fill it in there. All right. Now, the only thing we'll have left is to put our flowers, like stamp our flowers on here, but we're going to do that after we put some other things on it so that we'll put them in the right placement. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the next step, which is our washi tape. Okay, so take a white piece of paper. If you have scraps, that's fine too. I just find it's easier to have a bigger piece than what you need. Then you're going to just lay down, and you're going to start from one end. And the great thing is washi tape does come up. You do have to pull it a little bit, but it will come up. And of course, because I'm live, it's going to be really a pain, isn't it? Okay. Let's start over. Because again, I'm live, so it's not going to like me very much. Okay, we're going to just do a little bit to start off with. There we go. We're going to do this right here. Because what I want to do is make sure I don't get these bubbles. And how you do that is you're going to take your bone folder and you're just going to put it down and rub it. And as you can see, I'm moving the roll. And while I do that, it's keeping it flat with no bubbles. The other one, it just didn't like me and could have cared less and wanted bubbles. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and just fold this over. It's going to be just fine on the back as well as this one, because we're not going to need that. We're going to take our dies. So I need this one here. I'm going to look at my, actually we want the lighter one. Okay. Now, one of the things you need to know is that because this is a slick surface on top, it is, any tape that you put over it is not going to stick. Any kind of adhesive you put over it, it's not going to stick. So what I do is I take my trusty little scissors and I'm going to cut out semi-close around it. So you're going to do some generic fussy cutting. Okay. Then I'm going to place the die. Actually, we'll get there in just a second. Let me cut these out first. All right. So then I want this one here. And I think that's it. So I just need those two. And then you can save these to cut out for later. All right. So then we're going to come around like this. Okay. Now, we're going to pull in our cut and emboss machine. Let's see if I can get this under. There we go. All right. Now, the trick is to take your die, place it on there, get it as lined up as you possibly can, grab a really long piece of this tape, and then you're going to hold it down once you have it lined up, and you're going to go from one end to the other. And what that's doing is it's grabbing the die and your plate, and so it'll keep it from moving. Because the washi tape is so slippery, what I learned is as soon as you start running it through, those dies are slipping. So we want to avoid that. So we're going to grab another long piece. And we're going to line this one up. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to tape it down to our plate and to our other piece. Okay, then I'm going to take this. I'm going to go ahead and trim out, not trim out, but just kind of cut it down smaller. And we're going to place that there. We're going to grab that die, and this one is good to do some little pieces with, since it's paper. Oops. Okay, and then let's do this one. All right, then we'll run this through. The other thing is when I put the plate on top, I literally just laid it straight down so that you do not, again, move those dies in any way. All right, so now, look, now it's perfect and it didn't move. Now, of course, you're gonna have all this that's gonna pick up off your plate. You can try to reuse or you can toss it. That tape is kind of cheap, so it is okay to waste it. And really not wasting it if you're making a pretty card, right? All right, so then we've got those two. Now we're gonna pick these out. And then we're going to do, we've got one more to cut out. So we're going to do that real quick. And then I just always put tape down because I would just rather not have to redo it if my plates in any way move. I would rather just do it the first time around. All right. We'll move that big old machine out the way. And we're going to pull in all of our pieces here. And we're going to pull in our card base. And I'm going to put my dies back on the plate so I don't lose them, because I am famous for that. And you know, every time you lose a die, well, for me anyway, every time I've lost a die and I've had to buy a new one, like replace, you have to buy the whole set, right? Then, of course, that's when I find the die. Although, I have still not found my nested essentials. So, that one is, I guess, long gone, lost. I moved tables and everything for that one. There is no telling. It's probably down in the bottom of a bag somewhere. All right, so we're just going to add adhesive to the back. And we're going to stick this in the center of our card base. Maybe not. Apparently it's Friday and it's the struggle bus day. All right, there we go. Okay, now we're going to take the sentiment and we're going to put adhesive on the back of it. Oop. Oh no, look what happened. Huh, we might have to add some embellishments. I don't know where that came from. Let me see if I can fix it. We're going to stick this down here. Like that. Let me grab my little eraser. It was probably gunk on my table. I need to probably wash my table off. Yep, it's a little bit of adhesive gunk. And now it's gone. If you don't have one of these can come right off of Amazon. They're fantastic to get a little bit of that extra ink off or kind of fix that card where you messed it up, which I am good at. Okay, we are going to put dimensionals down. I'll put one there, and then let me grab one more right there. Okay, now we're going to just set this across here for now. We are going to take some glue dots. Now on the back, because this is the basic white, it will adhere. So you're fine with not having to worry about adhesive for that. And then we're going to stick it right here, right about there. And then we're going to take one of the little pink ones. Oop. And then remember, whatever you put on top of this, it's not going to stick because of the slickness. So we really want to make sure that we get adhesive on the side that will be stuck to the actual card base. So I'm going to put 2 dimensionals over there. And just because it will bother me that there's not any adhesive, we're going to stick it on that side too, just to be, and actually watch. We can move it over a little bit more so it's there. All right, then we're going to take our other piece that we cut out from our washi tape. We're going to put dimensionals on the, or glue dots on the back of it. One more. We're going to slide this one in here. Right there. Perfect. Then we're going to put glue dots on the back of this one. Oop, I didn't do very well with putting that one on. Let's do one more. There we go. This one's going to go right about here. And then we'll put on our pink one. And that one is going to go right about there. Okay, so now let's just add our sentiment. So we'll take all the backings off. There we go. And then we're literally going to stick it in between all those from edge to edge of the card base. And then ta-da, that is our, oh, no, wait. That is not the last thing we're going to do. We are going to add our little tiny flowers. That's kind of our embellishment. So we're going to stick one here, and then we're going to do one down there. Okay, there we go. There is our last card. So that is our one for today. And then again, here are the 2 that we made on YouTube for Monday. Don't forget, if you order by midnight tonight, these make and take packets will be mailed directly to you next week. I mail them out every Wednesday. It is a $50 order before tax and shipping, and then of course after your rewards as well. So if you'd like to get these make and takes, make sure you head on over to the website and order. If you have any questions, let me know. Once I get off here and I download the video, the blog post will also go live over on my website. All right, everyone, thank you so much and have a great night. Bye.